cracking, everybody? So, I woke up this morning and, I have the YouTube, regular YouTube app, and then I have the, like, I don't know, YouTube Studios app or whatever, and that usually shows me the analytics of the videos and all that stuff, right? And it'll show me like the 3 newest comments. And so, one of the comments, the most recent one when I opened it up this morning, was by a dude named Steve Bernal, right? And you guys know I don't usually ever respond to these trolls, but this one needed to be addressed. So I want to address you, Steve. I want to read your comment first. Okay, you said, and it was written all whack, but this is what you were saying. You must be in the Marines to tell war stories, not prison. Prison ain't nothing. Okay, so first of all, you're a very ignorant individual to make that comment. Very ignorant. So before I get further into it, I want to let you know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a Marine. When I was 13, I even went to the recruiter's office to get in the Devil Pups program. But because I already had a record, the recruiter told me, hey, you can't be a part of this. Which I found out later, way later, when it was way too late, that was a lie, that recruiter should never did that. But anyways, I wanted to be a part of that. My stepson is a Marine. He was in the battles of Fallujah and Ramadi. If you are a Marine, Steve, since you're talking about Marines, if you are a Marine or you were a Marine, then you know those are the 2 worst battles that the United States has fought since Vietnam. Okay? I respect Marines. I respect what they do. I know out of all the branches that we have, they're the hardest ones. And with that said, I need to address your ignorance and make sure that you understand, and that any viewer, any subscriber, or any viewer watching this video understands there's a huge difference, and you cannot talk about the Marines and compare them to prison. Now, throughout history, you can go back to the European medieval times. You can go into Mesoamerica 500 years ago. Whatever, throughout history, armies use the weaponry that they have. They're still armies. They're still fighting battles. Right? The Marines study all those. Study all the wars of history, right? Learn strategy from that. Prison is a planet all on its own. They're on the earth with us, but they're completely separate. Their society is separate from this society. The rules of that society are different. But they're still armies. And they still go to war. And they use the weapons that they have at their disposal. It irritates me to hear that, because every one of us that been in the joint, just about every one of us, especially if you've been on level 4, you've seen friends of yours fucking killed by the cops. Or another way, right? The loss of that soldier was no different than the loss of a soldier from any fucking army. Or any military. And you respect that loss. Period. And what I would say is, I'm not trying to lessen what the Marines do in any way. Like I said, I respect them. But you need to understand, when you make a statement like that, that when the Marines are sent into an area, they've got the Navy offshore somewhere ready to fire off Tomahawks. They've got fighter jets to cover them. They've got tanks. They've got so much shit to help them. When an army inside the fucking prison walls decides to go to war, they got a fucking knife. And they know in those towers, it's probably a racist ass cop with a hunting rifle that's gonna start blowing motherfuckers away. And they still don't hesitate with their fucking knife to go out there and go to war. So to say that prison ain't shit, I really would like to cuss you out, right? That shit irritates me. There's dudes in there right now that there could be something going on right now. These guys are not hesitating. I don't condone it. I'm not glamorizing it. But I'm telling you, do not lessen what the fuck they're going through. Because what they go through is real. When they see their camarada fucking killed, however they die, that shit's real. It's a fucking soldier dead on a battlefield, just like any other. I would also like to tell you that PTSD is real in prison. They did a thing in the LA Times magazine probably 15 years ago called SHU syndrome. It's a righteous diagnosis. I personally know a guy, anybody that's watching this that's in the Marines, you know what this is. He's a master guns, okay? He's a tier 1, he was a tier 1 operator, Special Forces, Force Recon. He was all over Iraq, all over Afghanistan. He was in Grenada, he was doing it for that fucking long. Got out of the service, he was in a bar in Sacramento. Somebody made some comments about killing American babies. He happened to be a Middle Easterner. And this guy socked him. He fell down and fucking died. And this dude had almost 30 years of service in the military. Went to prison. Was eventually pardoned by Schwarzenegger. And when I spoke to him, he said, you know what? I was in the military and I was in prison, and I can tell you that the stress that inmates are under is way fucking harsher than the stress that a soldier's under. And his dude was a tier 1 operator, Special Forces. When you go to the military, you do a tour for 6 months, and then you get to go home and decompress. When you get arrested for a fucking crime, when they put them handcuffs on you, you're never not on guard. You're constantly on guard because you never know what your enemy is plotting. You only know what you know, but you don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know what they got planned. And the way prison is, I don't like talking about prison, but the way prison is, no matter how solid you are, you don't know if your fucking celly's losing his mind. So even as you sleep, you're on guard. You're listening. Is there a change in your celly's fucking program? Because he might be going crazy. You never know. I've seen that shit happen. Motherfucker go crazy in the middle of the night and try to kill his celly, and there's blood everywhere. So just keep that shit in mind. Anybody thinking that fucking prison wars is less than any other fucking war is bullshit. They're using the weaponry they have, and it's real fucking armies going at it. The difference is they're going against a rival, and you have a third party in the towers with hunting rifles, shooting and killing people on either side of that fucking battle. And both sides know, I ain't stopping until they stop. Fuck them guns. So that's all I have to say to that. And straight up, Steve, you get back on here and you say anything stupid, I'm gonna just block you. You know, straight up. I do that to trolls on this channel, but that shit right there, there's dudes in the pen right now that are going through shit, and for you to say prison ain't shit, man, you're a clown. Straight up.